How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. So, one of the issues we've been having is getting plastic delivered. And before we even had issues with plastic being delivered, we actually had an issue where the items being delivered were getting mixed up because what was happening, and I know we kind of touched on it, but basically the tracks were not a loop, and so the train was inverting itself unintentionally, like unironically happening. So anyway, so we got that somewhat fixed. And then I can't remember if we started on the other stuff. Yeah, so these guys are all functioning. They're all producing the computers we need. And so now we should have everything we need in order to do whatchamacallit. So for instance, oh, I don't have actually anything on me. I lied. So let's head up top really quick. We do need to get better fuel, but I think in order to get better fuel, we need tier, not phase 3, phase whatever. Now. Okay. So for instance, if we go ahead and take a look at the manufacturing plant, where is it? Production, manufacturer. Okay, so if we just, I don't know. Oh, we have one already down. Cool. So we take a look at this thing. In order to make modular units, we need the motors, the rubber, and the other thing. Here we need all four. So we already have 3 of those 4 items in the building, or in that building, and then we have motors being produced there. I think we have everything in there actually already. We might not have rubber over there, but that shouldn't be too hard to add. So it's fairly easy to get. So we need, let's see, we need that much. And then how many of these do we need? Take all. I'm gonna just take a bunch of these vertical because I already know we're gonna need them. Oh, we don't have the ramp over here anymore. It's been a minute since we've been over here. I think since we've made this change, we have not updated this, like, at all. So, like, if I dump all of this stuff in there. Yeah, 450 is how much we had thrown in there. I really like these views that we have of the factory down here, because it's very, like, subterranean in a way. It's kind of nice, you know? I think we might put those 2 items in this building on one of the higher up floors. That actually might be the move. Take all. Speaking of the move, I've been watching, well, rather rewatching a lot of the, like, Justice League animated shows. It's been pretty good. I liked it. Because I remember watching them when I was a kid, but then I don't know what happened. I just didn't really watch all of them in completion, but I think some of them got rebooted later into like new shows, but like additional seasons, because I think it was Young Justice that got rebooted as Outsiders, but then that was season 3 or something. And I know that happened with Justice League, the animated series. Oh, take all. You know what? Let's empty our inventory really quick. It got rebranded as something. Oh, it's Justice League Unlimited, which was just season 3 and 4, I think. I don't know. I know there was a lot of weird show stuff kind of going on. Oh, we don't have any fuel now. Uh-oh. That's problematic, but whatever. Hey, there we go. So we completed that. And now let's go get the other 2 producing so we can get that completed. But yeah, anyway. So I've been having a fun time binging those shows. After not having seen them in probably close to a decade. highly would recommend for people to do that. Like any show that you saw when you were younger and they have since rebooted or added more seasons or whatever it is, I highly recommend going back and watching them, because there's always stuff that it's like, I never really remember seeing that arc, or oh, you know, I don't really remember that plot line or that character. It's really nice because like I remember some of the stuff, but then there'll be like an episode where I'm just like, whoa, I didn't realize that that character was doing that, or like that relationship existed with those people. Let's put our stuff in here, because we have this floor for logistics. This floor also for logistics. Okay. So then, let's go production. Let's go manufacture. So we have... So one of them needs 3 inputs, one of them needs 4 inputs. So then, let's figure out how far off the wall do we need to go with this. So that is as close to the wall as I would say. Then like that. There you go. Manufacturer. Probably about that. Go. I think we'll just do probably 2, or not 2 and 2. We'll probably do 4 and 4 of each of the things. Because, to my knowledge, we're not going to need, like, copious amounts of these things, but, like, it will be nice to have, you know? And then if we ever actually end up needing more of them... Uh-oh. What have I? Oh, I tabbed out. I'm like, why don't I have control anymore? I'll do things, because this is 1 per minute, so it's going to be 4 per minute. So this is going to take like 2 hours, I think, to make all of them. Give or take. And then, so how many, those like 1, it's like 2. I'll set it up like this, so then what we can do is, if we want, we can design. Are they landing? How are they? That was on the right one. I guess like that. That way, if we ever want to, we could convert the other half of this facility into that. And then other news, well, while we're setting this up, we have about 2 weeks left of the semester. 2.5 weeks, I think. And I'm so excited because I'm done. I'm done with labs. I no longer have any labs. I just have my last lab report I need to write this weekend. I am excited to almost be done. So much. Like 2.5 more weeks and we'll be done. And I'm already planning a Disney trip. Part of it is for graduation, but part of it is because next year I plan on moving. Like the start of next year. So I'm not really sure when I'm going to be able to do Disney again for a little bit. Because like my brother comes down every year. And like we're still going to go to Disney. Or like when he comes down we'll probably go to Disney. Just because he has kids, so they really enjoy it. And it's always fun. It's always fun to go with, like, your family. Like, Disney, at least to me, like, I don't fully consider myself, like, a Disney adult, but don't get me wrong. Like, I like going to the parks. Like, I don't find it boring to go every year. But I do know some people who they're like, I'll go once and I'm good. That's fine. You know, it's not for everybody. The theme parks aren't for everybody. It's not even just Disney, too. Like, I know a few people, like a couple of my friends, we went to Disney one year, and we also went to Universal. It was a very short, like, weekend sort of trip. Like, it was one day at Disney, one day at Universal sort of thing. They didn't mind it, but it's not their cup of tea. They're just, they don't really care to do it that much. It's, you know, I get it. But I don't consider myself like a Disney adult. Like, I don't have any Disney merch. I don't wear the Mickey ears. I don't go crazy with it. Not saying people who do that are crazy. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, eh, I could take it or leave it. But I like going. I like making the memories, both with my nieces. And, you know, it's just overall fun. That being said, it's also really fun when you go with a group of friends. Oh, it's so good. So this time we're going with like a couple of my buddies. We're going for like a week. It's gonna be nice. So it's a bit for that, but it's also coincidentally also gonna be a nice like graduation gift. In terms of, or not, I guess gift, but it's a really nice graduation like thing to do. So that's gonna be nice to hang out with some of my friends. But just kind of counting down the days at this point, because like honestly I'm in like the home stretch of graduating where it's like, oh, this thing only has how many inputs? 3. Like, I'm in the home stretch at this point of my degree where I'm like, okay, I've got 2.5 weeks left. I've got finals week, because like this is our last, or no, next week is our last full week, and then we're done. And then the week after that is like a review week / like half week. Like, we don't have class Friday or Thursday. And then the week after that is finals. So like, the time is gonna fly by tremendously quickly. And what's crazy is Monday of this week, I remember driving to class and I was like, oh, you know, it sucks. It's already, you know, it's only Monday. But then I was thinking to myself, you know what? Before I know it, it's gonna be Thursday, and it is, because like I basically have something going on like every single week. So like this week it's Easter, and not that I'm like a big person who celebrates Easter, but it's Easter, and kind of everybody I know is like, oh yeah, you're right, it is, because it kind of really has honestly snuck up on us. Like, does anybody else ever feel that where it's like, wasn't it just Valentine's Day? Like, wasn't it just Christmas? And, you know, I don't want to be that guy, but we're a quarter of the way through the year. Actually, we're over a quarter of the way through the year already. And it's like, wait, hold up. Weren't we just in 2024? What happened to that? Because, like, to be honest, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just getting used to writing 25 now at the date. It's going to be 26 before we know it. I hate to be that guy. I really hate to be that guy, but it's going to be a 26 before we know it. And, you know, I guess it's true what they say. Time flies when you're having fun. And as you get older, time goes by faster. But, yeah, you know, it's whatever. I'm just ready for it to all be done. To never have to... I always say that, or at least I have been saying that for a while now, to a lot of the people around me. I'm like, you know, I can't wait to graduate, because I'm never, ever going to have to step into a classroom again. I'm never going to have to worry about grades again. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, a little part of me is like, you know what's going to be funny and ironic? Is if I end up becoming a teacher or something that teaches, like, software, like, at a high school level. And I'd be like, that would... Oh... Because I'd be wrong, then I would step into a classroom again, and I would have to worry about grades again, and I'm like, that, oh. At least they wouldn't be my grades, though. I mean, well, I mean, I guess they would be my grades, but they wouldn't be like, oh my god, if I get a B, I'm gonna die, sort of thing. Although I've never thought of my grades like that. I've never only worried about my grades. Because there's so much more to it than your grades, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people can get lost up in, where it's like, oh my god, I don't have a perfect 4.0. It's like, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I'd rather enjoy my time, my childhood, rather than trying to stress and get the perfect grade point average and continue to stress. Because then in my mind, it's like, I mean, look, if it comes naturally to somebody and they're super gifted and that they can just retain all the information ever told to them and that they fully comprehend and understand things and they don't really have to worry about it, good for them. But if you're somebody who has to really work hard for that 4.0, like, I mean, bust 18-hour days of studying, really make sure everything's done, I feel like a lot of what you're going to have is tons of burnout. And it's just not going to be an enjoyable time, like, at all. And that's kind of where I'm like, you know, I'm kind of glad that I never was pushed for that in terms of, like, parents or anything, or, like, even friends. Like, it was never like, oh my god, I have to have a 4.0, I have to have straight A's. Fun fact, I have never in my academic career had straight A's. This semester, though, it's a possibility. We're sitting on 6 A's or 5 A's and one like really high up there B. And I just got a 97 on my physics test, which I was actually very shocked at. Like, on one hand, I was pleasantly surprised that I got a 97. Because I was like, you know, I didn't really do too well in physics 1. But to be honest, that's partially because I didn't pay attention in physics 1. But what we're doing in physics 2 has to do with like electricity and magnetism and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, it was the same way in high school. I completely understand electronics and magnetism infinitely more than I do like linear motion or like anything that has to do with motion. I don't know why, but I just do. Like I understand the relationship between all the different variables with electricity, which is funny because you don't really see electricity, but you can see somebody, like when you're in a car and you go around a curve, the centrifugal force that like throws you against the car door in the opposite direction that you're driving, like that sort of stuff. Like, it's crazy because like you actually experience that and it's just different. But yeah. That's been my TED Talk of random ranting, I suppose, while we set up stuff. Well, I think we're about out of time. What's the episode looking like? 8:17? I did it again. Discord. I keep tabbing out. Whatever they did with the new Discord update, I don't know about you guys, but like I keep tabbing out. And it's like every game. I don't know what the hotkeys are. I gotta change them, I think. But it's bad. We're about 18 minutes. Oh yeah, let's get all this connected. And then we don't really have time to actually hook anything up. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know it was a little bit... I say this every time. Like, I literally say this every time. But it was a little bit different. Mainly we were just on this floor setting some stuff up. One of the big oopsie doopsies that we had was we were having rubber on the plastic line here because the train was flipping around, but I already know we kind of discussed that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, you guys want to do, smash the like button if you haven't done so already. And if you have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, concerns, or if you notice something isn't right, let me know down below. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.